The ghost of the 2023 presidential election is still lurking with us. One of such is the leaked Yes Daddy phone conversation controversy. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has admitted that the private conversation between him and the founder of the Living Faith Church Worldwide, Bishop David Oyedepo, took place. Obi, who was heard pleading with Oyedepo in the viral audio to help sway support of Christians in the Southwest and Kwara states, said he's not a religious bigot. Judy,
you remember when this matter came up? If you go back to what we said here, we said we were sure that that conversation took place.
That it wasn't
for me,
arranged and concocted.
For me, you know, as usual, some of the journalists without honor who want to defend Peter Obi at every opportunity as if Peter Obi has achieved sainthood. They were saying, oh, it didn't take place. In fact, there was a journalist who came up with the idea that, when one way to know that this thing is fake is because it actually recorded the phone ringing along with the entire audio clip. That normally it shouldn't have the phone ringing. The moment when the phone rang shouldn't have been recorded with it. That no service provider does that. All kinds of lies. And when Obi came up the first time, he described it as fake and concocted. So Obi was trying to confuse everybody by saying it was fake and concocted. Now, if you are saying it was fake, and at the same time manipulated, that was what he said. It was fake, then manipulated. You manipulate something that was there. You understand? And that was why Lai Mohammed asked that question that, which portion of it is manipulated? Is it where you said, yes, daddy, that is manipulated? Or the portion where you said that, where you talked about the election being a religious war? So they told him to come clean. Did you make this conversation or not? And for weeks, Peter Obi did not respond to Lai Mohammed's challenge. The moment I saw that the fiery preacher, Bishop Oyedepo, didn't deny the thing, I knew that that conversation took place. Because
just said
Bishop Oyedepo does not suffer fools gladly.
Yeah.
When it comes to talking on the pulpit with passion, with anger, he ranks high up there. He may not be brazen in abusing people like Enenche, but in terms of expressing his views when he's hungry, he's high up there among those pastors. He doesn't mince words. He speaks his mind with sufficient anger, because anger can be manifested in many ways. Anger is not simply to abuse people and treat them like they don't exist or that you are the God of people. No. That's how some pastors in our country want us to see them. But we will never see them as gods. Gods with a small letter G. We will never see them like that, no matter who they think they are. They can buy all the private jets in the world. They can have arenas bigger than Maracana Stadium. It doesn't matter. They are not God. They are not God.
Can't play God.
Though in this election, we saw increasingly how a lot of them were playing God. Standing there on the pulpit and lying through their teeth. Oh, this is what will happen. This is what will happen. This is what God told me. When did he tell you? When? You are lying against the Holy Ghost, as if you've not been told the implication of lying against the Holy Ghost.
And your godly followers too.
Ayo, somebody told me that I think someone saw a vision. He saw some big pastors. He saw them in hell burning. When you treat God with ignominy, You treat God like he's your mate. You treat fellow Nigerians, fellow human beings, as if they are not worth a sweet wrap on the floor. The anger of God is there. So, going back to Obi should have come clean from the beginning. Gentlemen, I made this call. Don't try to make it look like you never made the call. Why did it take you so long to tell us that you made the call? And later on you said, oh, something was added that was not there. All the tools, all the modern tools that are currently in use, that are used to determine whether an audio clip is fake or a video clip is fake or is simply AI generated. All of those tools that they used indicated that Peter Obi made that conversation. But I'm happy for one thing. In the end, to the shame of some of his supporters who are claiming that it never happened, he has come out to say, yes, I called the bishop. The only thing he has not admitted to now is that he described it as a religious war. But you actually called him. You called him. So now, I don't know, the people who came up with this, maybe they still have more. Maybe in the coming days, they will even release some more. So that we can even know, you know, it was Farouk Perogi that said that if people know some of the comments that people make, some phone calls that people made in their closets, they will be dazed. So this one, for me, yes, Shocking. He has come out to say, but I knew all along that he made that comment.
Wally?
Well, for me, I think the general principle is that for presidential aspirants, there is nothing bad in seeking the blessing of religious leaders, either herbalist or depending on your faith. I think one thing we should not forget is that while seeking that blessing, Nigeria is a secular state. It is appalling to have the impression that somebody is going to be the president of Nigeria with a mindset that he belongs to, is coming to serve the interests of a particular religion. We have Christians, we have Muslims, we have atheists, we have traditional worshippers in Nigeria. We even have animists.
Yes.
So when you make a statement calling a religious leader and describing an election that is for Christians, for Muslims, for non-believers as a religious war, it speaks a lot about the character, of the person making that kind of statement. When he first made this statement, I look at the audio, I listen to it, I look at the rhythm, the husky voice, I subject it to my own personal psychoanalysis, the sequence of words, the logic, or even Baba Oyedepo conversation, saying God bless you.
The Baba was very cautious.
Very cautious. Obi also said he went to Olofa, and Olofa said he has to meet Oyedepo. Then he said he had problem in Kogi, Kwara, and Niger State, which is true. That he wanted him to talk,
calculation of
and then Baba said, "Okay, I will talk to you later this evening."
He failed spectacularly.
If you listen to, and if you're a journalist, when you analyze it, you don't even need to subject to any scientific analysis. You will know that this thing is real. And the first tweet from Peter Obi was that denial, and I think that was not tactical enough. But Kene Okonkwo, a journalist who worked for him, was careful. He said the video was taken out of context.
A lawyer.
He said it was taken out of context. It was a bit cautious. And when I read his statement, I said, this man...
They are confessing gradually.
Yes, one thing you should know is this. You are dealing with information technology. If Obi had kept on denying, using Information Act, if this had happened in South Africa, you will approach the service providers. They will provide that script.
Yes.
And they will play it.
The complete audio.
Yes. And I think they now realize that it will be embarrassing.
They will provide the transcript.
They will provide the transcript.
Just like it happened during the trial of Oka.
Yeah.
They provided the transcript in court.
So the
we can subpoena the
service provider to go and produce it. So, and it will be more embarrassing after denial. Then the court now say, look, you made this statement. So I think they are realizing that. The lawyers are telling them, look, you can't keep on denying this. Especially when you are dealing with the Nigerian state. With any state, for that matter. So I think the normal thing would have been to have admitted
from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
That is more honorable.
Yes.
And that tells you about what we are talking about politicians. Most of the things we read
They
about
always
people,
have something to
hype
hide.
and all that. It's just propaganda. They are what they are.
They are who they are.
Who they are.
They're not different.
You know. So you the first tweet was that you denied. Then you are now saying that it is true. So
No, he's even said it was later he said it was manipulated.
So for me,
You can only
I think-
manipulate what was
I
there.
think Obi actually made that statement, and I think it was in bad taste.
It is, and you know, for me, the kind of places he was going during the campaigns
That's the
suggested to me that he thought he could win
with
purely based on the Christian vote. I don't think he tried to hide the fact that he was targeting the Christian vote. The kind of places that he was going to.
crusades.
He was going to, if he's visiting a state, for example, he will visit the part of that state that is Christian dominated. That's what he did even in Borno State. Well, when he went to Kano, you saw where he went to. So I'm making that phone call, appearing like somebody who wanted to cry and all that. Oh, please, Daddy, talk to your... No. No one is saying you cannot lobby a pastor to get his people to support you.
And from the
But your
reply,
actions must not show that you see yourself as a Christian candidate. And when they now roundly reject you in the Muslim-dominated areas, you still come out to say you are the one who won the election. Are you kidding me? So why a minute? He roundly rejected in all the because that
he didn't win any states.
Ayo,
That's Islamic dominated states.
that body language got to them. It got to them, and they were waiting. They were waiting. They were the places he was going and the way he was behaving. They waited for him. He did not win a single state that is dominated by Muslim.
Yeah.
In Kaduna State, what aided him, his best performance in the far north was in Kaduna, 21%. And that is also based on the Christian vote in Southern Kaduna. Well, everyone knows that the Southern Kaduna, they have population. They have population. So if they vote for you in good numbers, you are going to do well. But he still didn't win. He didn't win. He
That's
just got
21%.
21%. He got 21%. Even his running mate came third in his polling unit. He came third. So it was clear. He didn't win a single state, even in the south. I've talked about Osun State having the highest percentage of Muslims in the southwest. That was won by Atiku. He didn't win any state dominated by Muslim.
That shows the pattern.
Yes, and you are saying that you are the one who won the election. How? How, for God's sake?
That claim.
How is that going to happen?
The claim is always very funny to me. It should be declared. It should be declared. And there's a runner up, and the runner up has been quiet that he should be declared. I don't understand.
Time will sort out.
Yeah, no, they'll start the fireworks tomorrow.
Time will sort that out. We are not even bothered about that. I'm extremely convinced about who won the election. Extremely convinced. And I saw the pattern of this election. Because, look, it was clear that this was the way this election went. And when someone said, oh, Jide was swearing to God, what is your business if I swear? It's between me and my God. Because I'm convinced I swore. Do people not swear when they want to inaugurate them? You win an election into the Senate. Do they not give you Quran to swear on inauguration? If Sanwo-Olu is going to do his inauguration now, on May 29, they will give him a Bible. If he's a Muslim, they will give him a Quran. Is it a new thing to swear?
I'm so sure.
When I'm so sure of something, I will swear. I will swear a million times.
How do we really expect, PDP, Labour Party to have? Because PDP, Labour Party, NMPP, the same party, divided into 4 factions. They give 5 there.
The logic is clear.
How do you want to, the whole of Southeast, if Obi had remained in PDP, probably would have been won by PDP.
Yes.
If he had remained, let's say, as vice president.
Of course, the political behavior in that area is clear.
So NNPP also, Kwakwanso left. Then the G5. So how?
And you still want to win the election. The thing is,
that's not possible.
The Buhari regime, in the twilight of his days, coming up with anti-people policies. some policies that drove people to their graves. Many people thought, oh, they will never vote for this, for the government. And I think that some of those actions even suggested that the government wanted to deliberately
halt the chances
so it was what made people like Peter Obi or people like Atiku to be convinced that they don't even need to do so much work before they can win the election. Otherwise, if you didn't introduce those policies so late in the day, and the people went to conduct the election, and you campaign based on your strength, why would one bloc that broke into 4 suddenly think that it can win an election? I mean, they confront the tribunal with facts, and maybe you will win. But don't, without presenting the facts, just simply say you are the one who won the election. Oh, it's the worst election in history. How many elections have you seen that you conclude that this one is the worst in history? The whole of Kaduna, as much as El-Rufai worked for Asiwaju won only one local government, the whole of Kaduna State. And that's Birnin Gwari, and we know why. Because that was the place that he visited late in the night, and they were shocked. They said, no presidential candidate dared to come here. And they gave him a title. On election day, they supported him. He lost in other local governments throughout the state. Yes, only one local government, Asiwaju won. And you are still saying the election was rigged. The state had an APC governor. He couldn't get his candidate to win. Not even in the governor's local government did Asiwaju win.